Yo, what's up guys? I really need to make this clear, and I know that you saw the title of the video, so please, whatever you do, don't use your crystal solvents, okay? Crystal solvents are this item right here, which lets you get 60 wave plates, so you can continue to farm on TDs and bosses and all that stuff, and you shouldn't do that because they are gonna change a couple of things with this next patch, and let's see the patch, which are big freaking news, okay? So I'll just read through it. Greetings, we are the Wuthering Waves dev team. Since the official launch of Wuthering Waves, we have received a lot of valuable feedback and suggestions through the social media and in-game surveys. We are genuinely grateful for your attention and support. We apologize for the deficiencies and the issues presented in Wuthering Waves, our first fully independent developed globally published game at Kuro Games. We understand that this has affected your gaming experience, and we are working to improve it for those who love the game, which is really huge. Having a company that is willing to listen to the players and to the streamers about the issues that the game is facing is huge. I understand that they are trying to conquer a share of the market because they have a huge opponent, which is Oyoverse and Genshin Impact, and to do that they are really willing to listen to the players. And I think this will be really positive on the weeks and months to come, and if they are able to provide the content to make the game fresh and keep like a good spin on it, I think it would be really important for the health of the game overall. So moving on the eco development experience, which is kinda an issue. There's some good things and some bad things. For instance, you can farm all the echoes you want, in a sense, because every monster in the game basically spawns once a day, and you can basically farm them without using any kind of stamina or limited stamina. And when you are done with it, and if you have a group of friends, for instance, you can basically world farm with them. You just make a team of 3 people, for instance, and you clear the echoes on that world, then you move to the next one and you clear all the echoes. It's grindy, it takes a bit of time, but you always have that option, so you can basically get a lot of echoes if you have the time for it. So they don't really limit you on the amount of gear you can get, in a sense. What is kinda grindy is basically the experience you can get for the echoes, because you can't really, like in other games, use an echo to feed directly, even if it's at level 0 or level 1. So you can't use that for experience. You have to use the in-game experience, which is basically this. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, stuff like this. Okay, so this will provide you echo experience, and you can never use, for example, I can never feed level 0 Dreamless into another Dreamless to give it any sort of experience. So that is going to be huge, because they are making some changes, and let's see the changes that they're making. Okay, so in the current version we will launch a limited time echo material double yield event, court cleansing. So you are gonna get double the amount of echo materials. So this is why I'm saying that you should save all of the stamina that you have, okay? All of this stamina that you have here, the crystal solvents, the wave plates, please save them, because it's gonna be important for the event that is coming up, okay? And in version 1.1 we will adjust the progression system to reduce the shell credit costs of echo development, which is also huge. We will remove the reward cutscene on the tested field, which is good, because I don't know if you noticed, but when you clear the tested field, it always does that little animation, and after a couple of times it can be kind of annoying. So it's good that they remove it. Like, they can probably leave it for like the first few times that you clear it, so you understand that you kind of get a chest there that you can basically pick up in trade of the stamina, but after that it's completely pointless. So from version 1.1 and forward, the yield of echoes and echo development materials will be increased. This is huge. Okay, I don't know what are the percentages that they are going to increase it by, but any kind of increase is gonna be awesome, either for free-to-play players or for dolphins or for whales. It doesn't matter, it's gonna be huge, because there's like a huge discrepancy in experience when you want, for example, try to max out an echo from level 20 to 25. It's a lot of experience, and like for instance, you would get, if I'm trying to remember, it's basically 1 yellow echo development material and 6-7 purples, which would be around 30k experience, and 30k experience isn't that much. Okay, it's not amazing for the 60 wave plates, which is really limited. Okay, also the tuners is also going to be important, because tuners really bottlenecks how much gear you can get. Of course, you have to be kind of mindful. You shouldn't like max out an echo from level 0 to level 25. You should go through the stages timely, and you should tune it one level at a time to make sure that the gear is gonna roll decent. If the first few rolls aren't decent, you shouldn't probably go in further on that echo, because you can farm other echoes. You can continuously farm, and you can look for better options. Okay, they are also talking about the reward system error when we were recycling developed echoes. So basically the shell credits were not being provided as it should have been, so they are basically going to provide a compensation, which is basically 1 million shell credit, which is awesome. Okay, this company is not scared of providing compensation for any issues that they may have caused, and that's always good to see, you know, so that you don't feel shitted out. I know that there's been some problems in some regions due to localization, but it's good that they acknowledge it and they try to basically act on it. Okay, so you will be able to get these by June 10th. They are once again apologizing, and they are gonna give us Crystal Solvents. Okay, 20 Crystal Solvents, which is insane. It's a lot of wave plates, which is gonna be good for our account. Okay guys, we can farm all we want. So when it comes to the error that they had on the 5-star weapon description, they are acknowledging that as well, and they are providing a compensation of forging tides. If you guys don't know what forging tides are, they are basically what allows you, just a moment, let me get to it. So it's basically what allows you to get the weapons, right? Yeah. So that's gonna be cool. And we're also gonna get, what was it? They are trying to make sure that the localization is optimized for all languages, and that's something that is really important. But they acknowledged it, and they are trying to do right by the players. Okay, it seems that they are going to release a new special event, Wuthering Exploration, which offers new rewards and content. The event rewards are going to be 800 asteroids, Morphable Elite Class Echo 1, Morphable Elite Class Echo 2, Premium Tuners, and Premium Seal Tube. I think the Morphable Elite Class 1 and 2 are basically 2 echoes of your choice, which is really good. It's something that you can basically pinpoint and get something that you are needed for a specific character. Also, I don't know about you guys, but the event of the Overdash Club has been really cool so far. The rewards are fine. I wouldn't mind to get like a couple of more parkour events. Those are fun to do. I really don't mind it. Also, it seems that they are pushing on the updates or the patches. Okay. And they are also going to be making some corrections to combat and control experience. I think this will be not only for the PC, but they're also going to optimize some things on mobile, which is really needed, because a lot of players are only mobile players, and some regions like China and Japan and stuff like that really live off the mobile experience. So if the mobile experience isn't good, we won't have those players, and the overall interest in the game might be going down a little bit. You know that this is basically a huge overworld map game which has a lot of stuff that can break, so you kind of need a lot of people working on it, and if the revenue goes down, some decisions might be made that can compromise the game. So it's kind of good that they are really looking into it, and at the same time we as players have to be a little bit patient, because I'm pretty sure that the devs are working full time on this, probably even extra time, and sometimes if we want a good game, we also have to allow the devs to have a little bit of time, so that they don't go into crunch time hours, and basically if you lose the devs for the game, which are aware of all the systems and all the stuff, and they have to hire new people, and they basically burn out their devs, it's gonna be really bad for the game overall. So we kind of also have to have a little bit of patience. Of course you can't really just excuse everything, but it's kind of toxic sometimes as well, when player base basically contributes to the burnout of all these devs. Okay, I'm pretty sure they are trying to do the most they can, and we just have to be a little bit mindful on that. So they had some ghost touch issues on mobile that they are going to adjust. Also, delayed availability for custom key binding feature. I think this only pertains to I don't know if this is something to do with the game itself, but I know that if you have a PlayStation controller and you're playing on PC, you can't custom keybind. You can only custom keybind on the Xbox controller. I don't know if it's also pertaining to that as well. Controller mode experience optimization, okay, which is good. Poor game field design impacts signification. Will improve the event signification on game field design for characters and monsters, enhancing the overall combat experience and positive feedback during battles. That sounds good. On other contents, no purchase limits for store items like flour. Yeah, this is gonna be really important, because I saw like not one, not two, but more than that. People on random chats throughout Twitch. The one I remember off the top of the head, I know it was on Janazad's Twitch chat. Someone had bought like 999 something from the store, and basically all these credits were gone, which is really bad mistake to make. You are basically screwed. I don't know what you do in that situation. I hope that the customer service can basically remove the amount of purchases that he made for that specific item, and can provide the credits back, because that's gonna kill your account in a second, or at least bottleneck your experience, because you just can't really farm that much shell credits. It's basically from rewards and all that stuff, so it's complicated. Audio and sound effect bugs, also good that they're working. Performance issues, that's huge. Also something I want to touch on, because there's a lot of complaints about the crashes and instability, and I know that some of those are like perpetuated by a couple of Genshin players on Reddit and stuff like that, saying that the game is really crashy and basically it's stuttering all over the place, which I can kind of agree. There's some issues that they need to work on, but I think it kind of gets blown out of proportion. I work for a gaming company, and I would do customer service for them, and let me tell you that some games just will not work with specific graphics cards and all that stuff, and some devs don't even try to repair because it's a small margin of graphic cards that basically don't work with the game. So it's good that they are acknowledging it and they are working on it, okay? So we have to be a little bit patient. I know it kind of sucks to not be able to play the game, but I think that at this point you're not losing really like a lot of time, but I hope that you guys can play without issues, okay? Also, they are going to make improvements and optimization and updates for the Elusive Realm, which is pretty cool to see because it's limited characters at the moment and there's not that much content in it already. I think it's good that they have it out already by launch. It's an interesting game mode. I really love roguelites, okay, so I'm really looking forward to see what kind of special powers they are going to provide, in a sense, for all the other resonators. So this will be a welcoming addition for sure. So I think we've covered pretty much everything that they had to provide us. While editing, I realized I forgot to mention this, but the version 1.0 of the game will last only until June 28th, and after which they will schedule a server downtime and implement the update for Wuthering Waves version 1.1, Fall of Eons, which will include a new area, Mount Firmament, new resonators, Jinxi and Shangli, and a new boss as well, Jue. I'm really looking forward to what they have in store in the future, and I hope you guys are liking the game. I think we have a lot of good points in which we can stand by. The devs are listening. We might be able to create some good feedback loops with the dev teams, and that will probably equate to a really awesome game. If they keep their hard work and this communication going with not just the streamers but also the community itself, it's gonna be awesome, and I hope you're enjoying it. Thank you so much for your time. See you on the next one.